people, this is Jake, bringing you a new Percy Jackson video. So as a lot of y'all probably know, Rick Riordan has come out with a new official Riordan site called ReadRiordan.com. And it's really cool. If y'all haven't checked it out yet, you totally should. It's got like all the series descriptions, and it's got all the characters, including Magnus Chase and Charles Apollo characters. Got a new art form that's like really cute and fun. It's not like Varia's, but it's more like funsies. And it's really cool. And it's got like nicknames for them and character descriptions, all that stuff. It's really cool. But the biggest, or like for me, the most hype generated part of this site is the Godly Parent Quiz. Now, all of us pretty much have, our Godly Parent set in our minds, but we've never had like an official Riordan quiz. And that's something I've been wanting for like a long time. Like Hogwarts has the official, where Harry Potter has the official house quiz. But so I was like, then why can't we have an official Godly Parent quiz? Now we finally do. There's been like a bunch of random quizzes online, but it's not like the official legitimate Riordan quiz. So now we have it. And obviously, when I found out about it, I wanted to take it like right away. So, and I know a lot of you all have too, and there's been a lot of hype around it. Everyone's been taking it. So I thought it'd be pretty fun to talk about it today. So like I said, I took it yesterday, but what I got was not exactly what I expected. All right, moment of truth. I've answered all these questions. I said blue is my favorite color. I said I like the ocean. It's gotta be Poseidon. I know you're my daddy, Poseidon. Got this. What the heck? Hades? Do I look like a death boy to you? Does that mean I have to wear all black now? Yeah, apparently I'm the son of the god of the underworld now, which, I'm not feeling it. Actually, as I took this quiz, there's a lot of things I really just didn't agree with. Now, I'm probably just a whiny little biased boy because I didn't get the poppy I wanted, and now I'm the son of the god of Greek hell. So yeah, this is probably a very biased video, but whatever. Because I always wanted to be son of Poseidon. Maybe it's just because Percy. It's probably only because of Percy. But also I've been told, I've got more Poseidonish vibes, like son of Poseidonish vibes. And I honestly just don't think I'm a deaf boy. Like, I feel like I smile too much for that. Not that there's anything wrong with being like a son of, or a child of Hades. Like, Children of Hades, has got a good rep, with Nico and Bianca and Hazel. I just don't feel like that's me, I feel like I'm too, too happy for that, or whatever. I don't know. Maybe, I do brood sometimes, so I don't know. But yeah, it just doesn't feel legit to me because I don't see any of that like qualities in myself, and I don't really think anybody else does either. But like I said, I'm probably just biased. But I do have some unbiased views about this quiz that I'm just not really down with. For example, now a lot of you probably, if you're not taking the quiz till like today, you probably didn't catch this. But actually, like sometime yesterday, I saw people taking this quiz, and they were getting Artemis as a godly parent. It wasn't saying like, oh, you're a hunter, chosen by the maiden goddess of the hunt, Artemis. No, it was just like, you are now a son, or you are now a child of Artemis. Yippee, go to your cabin. It's like, yo, Artemis is maiden. And I don't know if you know this, ReadRiordan staff, but maidens don't have children. It's kind of what being a maiden means. But then someone must have said something to him, because now the quiz is saying you are a hunter chosen by the goddess. And so like, yeah, like I wonder how they figured that out. Must just been getting like emails or something. I don't know. But so that's good, that they switched that. But also, it doesn't ask for your gender like at all during the quiz. And this is actually an important thing for this quiz because Artemis only accepts females. Okay? So if you're a man, you cannot be a hunter of Artemis, and it does not ask you that. So that's just kind of messed up, and I kind of not really the type of quality I was expecting from the official ReadRiordan Quiz. So Artemis aside, I don't really feel like this quiz is deep enough. So for one thing, there are only 9 questions. And my problem with that is there are 12 major Olympian gods. Okay, and then there's a bunch of minor gods. So how are you going to determine who my parent is from 9 questions? And they're not even that deep. They're basically just standard cut and dry questions that you could pretty much manipulate if you wanted to. So yeah, just again, doesn't really feel like the quality is where I would expect a ReadRiordan official quiz to be. Like, you had so much time to make this quiz, and I know it's new, so they have time to add on to it, which I hope they do. But I would expect something, this hype to be a lot more complex and a lot more specific. Like, I don't mind sitting down for like 20 minutes to take this quiz. A lot of people probably do. So maybe but at least like 10 or, like this was just done in a jiff. I want something really specific that I can be like, all right, I'm down with that. But this one just really didn't do it for me. And I mentioned in the minor gods. You know who didn't mention the minor gods? This quiz didn't mention the minor gods. At least I don't think. I haven't seen, I've seen a lot of results, and I haven't seen any of the minor gods yet. And just the questions itself doesn't really seem like it would accommodate a minor god. So I understand there's a lot of minor gods, and if you don't want to get all of them in a single quiz, that's understandable. But you could at least get some of them. I think there's 20 cabins right now. So that's 7, because Hades isn't a minor god. So that's 7 minor gods in Camp Half-Blood represented. So why wouldn't you represent them in this quiz? Just something else. I don't understand why you wouldn't include that. Percy in The Last Olympian specifically made the gods promise to represent them. And the troll himself will not have them represented in his own quiz. That just seems sloppy to me. I don't understand that. And a lot of, people like to consider themselves, daughters of Hecate, or daughters or sons and daughters of Iris or whatever. And it just doesn't really seem fair to not have that represented in this quiz. Like I said, I understand if you don't get all of them, but at least those are gods and goddesses represented in the camp. So why wouldn't you represent them here? And another thing, each ending, when it tells you the result, it says the same thing for everybody. Usually when you take these quizzes, it will tell you what traits or whatever you have for why you are a part of this, whatever answer it gave you. This doesn't. It literally just says which god is your parent, god or goddess is your parent, and then says, congratulations, go to whatever cabin, and hopefully you don't go on any quest or whatever, because you could die or something. But it's the same thing for everybody. It doesn't tell you what personality traits or what choices put you in this category. It just tells you you're in this category without any explanation whatsoever. And that really annoys me. Because one, I see it in every quiz, and people just want to know. That's half the fun of seeing what traits you are puts you in here. Now, we're all pretty attuned to Percy Jackson, so we can kind of answer that for ourselves. But, I would at least want to know, what specific things in that quiz, they found to put me in it. For example, what answers did I put that made me be a son of Hades? I don't see that really in myself, and I didn't really see it in the answer choices, so what determined that for me? And I just have no explanation whatsoever. So that bothers me as well. So the big question for this is, should this be definitive? This is the official quiz, after all. And so, again, this is my biased response. I would say no, because if I haven't seen a lot of these qualities in myself, sure, I can be dark and brooding and moody sometimes, like everybody, but I don't really think that makes me a son of Hades, right? And I don't think anybody else, I haven't heard anybody else say oh, you just give on those Death Boy vibes. I haven't really got any, clue to that being me. So for me, I'd be that just doesn't make sense for me. So if someone would ask, I wouldn't say that. But at the same time, this is the official quiz, so should this be definitive? And, I think this is just thing, you should just do what you want. Really, bottom line, this is just for fun. And so if you feel guilt and going against this and you're just like, okay, I'll just do whatever the quiz, you know, do whatever you want. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. You know, if the quiz did match up with yours, that's awesome. You know, if you like that quiz, that's awesome too. You know, just for me, it didn't really fit my fancy, but again, this is for everybody. This is just for fun. So if you like it, if this gave you what you want, or if this maybe opened your eyes, like maybe you thought you were a son or daughter of whoever, and it gave you someone else, and when you look at it, like, oh, maybe that is me. So that's cool too. So even though I didn't really like it, I'm really glad they did this quiz. I think it's good to get it out there. It is really new. It's only like a couple weeks. So hopefully they'll listen to whatever feedback they get from people and add on to it, give it more depth, you know, add some of these minor Greek gods, do some of these other things. But still really happy they put it out there. And it's been really fun seeing a lot of people, you know, who have been taking it, giving out results. It's really cool seeing, you know, what these people get and how they reacted to it. It actually does look like a lot of people got what they want. Oh, so maybe it's just me. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video as well, and thank you guys so much for watching. I think next week I'm going to do a video on the minor gods, so I'll give them some representation. Yeah, let's go. But yeah, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and it's been fun, so see y'all next time.